Well, hey there, Heartland Church. It's Pastor Jeff with this week's announcement video. I want to talk a little bit about what's happening in our weekend gatherings here at Heartland Church. God is doing some pretty amazing stuff. As you likely know, we are in right now the book of Exodus on this journey to see the holiness and the grandeur and the beauty of God as He's redeeming His people out of captivity in Egypt. And right now we're in Exodus chapter 3 and Exodus chapter 4, thinking about the presence of God with us being the primary thing in our lives. You know, when God called Moses, before He called him to anything practically, He called Moses into an intimate relationship with Himself. And what we're going to look at this weekend, this coming weekend in Exodus chapter 4, as we think about Moses objecting to the task that God has before him, expressing fear or insufficiency, what we see is that God reminds Moses that it's God's patience, God's power, God's presence with Moses that needs to be the controlling narrative in his life, that he need not fear. And that's such a good word for us. So I want to encourage you, if you haven't been following along thus far, you can catch up in our series in Exodus by listening to those messages online. And I want to encourage you to be a part of the conversation this weekend as we broach Exodus chapter 4, because that's such an important conversation for all of us as we think how God's perfect love and His presence casts out fear in our hearts. There are also a few things that are coming up in the month of March that I would love for you to keep on your radar. The first is on Saturday, March 21st. We're going to have our Women's Market Exchange. This is actually a reschedule because the first one was actually canceled because of weather. And so we're praying for just an incredible time starting at 9 a.m. that Saturday morning, where ladies can come and just be able to share resources and build relationships. And so if you'd like to be a part of that, make sure you check out that event on either our website or on the app. That next morning or that next day on Sunday, March the 22nd, that actually kicks off our next round of Sunday seminars. I want you to save the date for that because we've got some great classes coming up that'll be in that 6-week block of Sunday seminars. We're going to talk about gospel theology in one of our seminars. We're going to continue in a women's development track, thinking about what are some disciplines of a godly woman, and that's available to you as well. And then we're going to offer the next round of our covenant member classes. So if you've been praying about tying your heart to Heartland Church or becoming a member, that's a great class for you to take to learn more about the mission and vision and ecclesiology and why we do what we do here at Heartland Church. So keep that in mind as well. And I also want you to save the date for Saturday, March the 28th. We are going to have an all-church work day. We do this a couple times every year, just to keep the facility, to manage that well, to steward well what God's given us. And so we're going to have a work day with both outside and inside projects on March 28th, starting at 9 a.m. We'd love for you to come out and be a part of things and lend a helping hand as we look to beautify things before Easter weekend, Resurrection Sunday weekend, which will be coming up the first weekend in April. We want you to keep that on your radar as well. Good Friday, we're going to have a gathering that evening at 6:30 with some other churches in our area here at Heartland. And then, of course, Resurrection Sunday, we're going to come and celebrate the fact that Jesus is alive, that He's risen from the grave and He's victorious. So keep all that on your radar. We'd love to see you here at one of our weekend gatherings. Remember, we got coffee and connection time every Sunday at 10 a.m. and we get rolling with our gathering at 10:15. So we hope to see you this coming Sunday. Thanks so much.